Good wrap?
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, Teddy Boo Boo Boo, where did you go?
He was in his box last I saw him. Yeah, he's still there.
Is he okay? I thought I had seen him under the chair a couple minutes ago, and I was going to go over there and pet him, and then he wasn't there.
If the camera were up just a little bit higher, you could probably see him.
What are you playing today?
Going to be starting Tales of the Neon Sea.
Is there a bald protagonist?
I don't know.
A buzzed?
He wears a hat,
Oh.
so...
Seeing as how you were thinking about shaving your head,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing as how you did your facial hair, just decided to match it to the
Mhm.
character in the last afternoon game. Thought you might find, something like the monk did. And then you can shave your head and wear a saffron robe. And wear a hoodie.
Yeah, that should work. Well, APR hasn't noticed me yet, but that's fine. Ah. Hello, Internet. It is 2:03 p.m. on Friday, September 17th, 2021. I'm Mark Amsrai, DJ Amstrack, and I'm holding court here on the Throne of Games. Excuse me. Today I'm going to be starting, as I said a moment ago, Tales of the Neon Sea, or Tales from the Neon Sea. Tales of the Neon Sea. I don't know very much about it, but it looks really neat. I hope it is really neat. Let's, It appears to be a retro-styled cyberpunk mystery adventure kind of thing.
Cyberpunk?
Mm-hmm. Hey, would you mind pouring me?
That William Gibson? Did he not coin that term?
Probably.
Or
That sounds about right. All right. There we go. No, it says it supports a gamepad. I wonder if I can use this one. Looks like no. Thank you. Okay. Oh, that was the little snapping. I thought you were like clap at something. So, okay. The sewers under the city connect to the dark underground, and it is said that the outcast of this city... something. It went too fast.
Well, that's hardly fair, is it?
Well, it was a loading screen. Prologue. What's past is prologue. Where the hell am I? My head feels like it's going to explode. What? Why did I just walk to the left and die? What happened? I wasn't even pressing anything. Okay, it's that controller jank. Hold on a sec, I'm going to have to unplug my controller for this to work. That's annoying. This isn't the first game that sort of thing has happened with, though. Burp. Does anybody know how to program, how to write Windows drivers? Because I need to replace this one. Because that left Windows drivers. Oh, okay, what? I am still continually lefting. I'm going to relaunch the game.
Okay. Do that thing.
Because even though I unplugged the controller, I feel like it probably remembers what it was doing. Ah. Yep, it's Unity. Unity games tends to do that. I have found. Do the left thing with my controller. What?
Do that. Unity games do that. Do that. Do this, do that.
Only the social elite make it to Sky City, and as wealth disparity grows, they are gradually cutting off connection with the ground world. How many times am I gonna die? Ouch. That hurt. Ugh. Can't believe I'm still alive. These fungi must have broken my fall. Is this a sewer? Those things from before were simply unbelievable. Am I hallucinating again, or is this another one of Noah's tricks? It's simply not possible for humans to move like that. And why would he appear here all of a sudden? He even attacked me. My head is pounding. From what I can recall, that lunatic enjoys torturing his prey in the dark. I hurt my wrist and ankle in the fall. I better fix these before he finds me again. Main tasks. Heal your wounds. A note on radioactive fungus. Ah, that said fungus. It disappeared so quick and off over towards the side. I thought it said something about radioactive lungs. These spore plants have mutated after being exposed to poisonous radioactive industrial waste. The DNA of these planets has been seriously influenced by the radioactive material, so they glow slightly in the dark, and the spore contains trace elements of radiation too. Did I just see my hat run off? That fall must have banged me up even more than I thought. I'm not leaving here without my hat. Looks like this robot took a fall too. Did the steam scare it away? I know. I can use these valves and vents to release the steam. What you doing?
Make them let go. It's stuck in the... Yeah, it's stuck.
Grab some tweezers. Or pliers or something.
Yeah, tweezers.
There you go.
You got it? Alright, thank you. I need you to thread it on the sides. Let me see if I can get it.
Looks alright. I just don't feel right without my hat. A repair room in the sewer. Killed in a one hit. What happened before you died?
Sheesh, that was horrible.
This flyer advocates roverism, and it seems to be about a group of people who believe in Bison. That madman Noah is a believer of this Bison. Pray to our Bison, or Bson. He brings with him a birth twig, walks through the yard of God, and brings the lost ones vivid expectation by spreading God's waves. God of reception, we sing for you. Our bodies are flesh as well as iron, and you will guide us into fusion. All the people sing for the praised God of fusion and communication. Bson, Bson, Bson. You are the king of the birds. You lead our lost souls. We will follow your hands and embrace the terrain of gods. By that time, humans and robots will be fused into one being in the arms of God.
Very strange.
Electrical scissors. A little blunt, but still usable. Wait, what's that? It's a cat. It's you?
Is that a cat?
How did you get here? Go play somewhere else. The last thing I need is more trouble. This must be a maintenance station used by pipeline workers before this place was abandoned. I should be able to recover from my wounds if I can restore the power supply. But I can't do anything about it until I find enough mechanical parts. Without power, this repair station cannot be operated. The cable is severed. I'll need to replace it. The generator's completely dry. I'll need to find an alternative source to fire it up. I need to fill the generator with alternative power cells. There must be something around here I can use. Everything in there is broken. Multifunction screwdriver. It can be used to dismantle machines, but it's all rusty. No, I don't think it's that fancy. Mechanical ankle component. Universal robotic ankle parts. A relic from a bygone age.
Hey, I'm just soaking up my ankle parts.
Oh, the Fitbit thing. I was like, you're giving yourself stitches?
My robot ain't gonna work.
Is that a robo-rat? Wait a second, could this be? This power sack inside the cyborg rat is just what I need to fire up the generator. But William damaged this one with his teeth. There were 3 empty power slots in the generator, so I'll need at least 3 power sacks. I'm pretty sure I saw...
Paying no attention to that. I'm surprised.
Pretty sure I saw some rat holes near the place where I fell. I should go in there and find a way to catch some.
Sounded bad to rats.
It sounds like it.
No, I don't like this game.
These electronic spores look poisonous. I better not go that way. Professional mechanical wrist parts, the surface of which has suffered severe erosion. You scared off all the cyborg rats. Now what am I supposed to do? What, you want to go in there and catch some rats for me?
Don't hurt the rats.
Are you sure? I'm not sure, but what they're just robots, though. I need the power cells. I guess you're my only option right now. I need 3 cyborg rat power sacks. Remember, you're not allowed to damage them. I'm counting on you. Oh, come on. I've got all the energy pouches. Time to head back. You did it! You found 3 power sacks. And they're all in perfect condition, too. Don't get too cocky. You may have gotten these power sacks, but you're also the one who scared away the cyborg rats in the first place. That looks unpleasant. This kind of power supply can only conduct energy when the sources are arranged in order from weakest to strongest. Hey, Michaela. Things are going all right. How about you? Everything is ready to go now. I just hope this won't kill me. Taking ass and kicking names. Awesome. That's how you do it. Chapter 1. The Thread Unravels. It looks like Wally.
Wakey, wakey. It's time to get up.
Damn, you're so noisy. What the hell are you doing, BBX? Do you want me to throw you back into the furnace?
I need to perform a routine checkup on your mechanical parts. It's 4 days overdue.
Sure, whatever. Just wait for me over there and I'll come to you. Okay, let's get this over and done with. Does look a bit like Jessica Rabbit, doesn't it?
Warning! Warning! Based on the test results, the mechanical parts of your body are about to collapse.
How's that even possible? Didn't I just get new knees?
There is nothing I can do about the test results. Take a look for yourself.
Johnny 5. Right, that was his name. It looks like I have one lung. I had artificial eyes implanted when I was on the police force's special team. My eyes have multiple view amplifying functions and can switch between different identification modes. They come in handy at a crime scene. However, because the eyes haven't been serviced for a long time, many of the functions are no longer working, and even the basic night view mode is now giving me problems. During the Apocalypse Garden incident, in order to save my life, my partner merged part of his own electronic brain with my damaged brain, altering them both drastically. According to official records, this is the only living case of a human brain merging with an electronic brain. Although this procedure is completely banned, the authorities turned a blind eye on the incident due to the extenuating circumstances, and what they said were my outstanding contributions. This incident has been kept secret from the public. My right lung, liver, and several other internal organs were seriously damaged by an explosion during the Apocalypse Garden incident. My family organized the replacement of these damaged organs with the most advanced bionic artificial organs. This technology is only available to the powerful and wealthy residents of Sky City. But because I'm a stubborn old horse, I refuse to go back to Sky City for regular maintenance. It doesn't help that I like a drink or two, and that messes up the accuracy of the test data. This mechanical arm was installed after the Apocalypse Garden incident. Its internal structure is made of titanium alloy, greatly improving its strength. This was the most advanced design at the time, however, just 10 years later, it's already outdated. Bionic mechanical lower limbs, which house bionic muscle tissues connecting to titanium alloy bones. I recently replaced my old knees with new ones from Morax's repair shop, so I don't know why they're already malfunctioning again. Mechanical hands, complete with a great number of sensing devices at the tips of the fingers. The fingers can simulate the touch and feel of real fingers with great accuracy, making them capable of numerous precise operations. However, because I always forget to apply joint oil, the joints have serious wear and tear. If they remain unmaintained, increasingly bad mobility problems will occur.
This is true even if you're not a robot.
You need to apply oil to your joints?
Well, no, but they do need to be maintained. Really cared for.
This is true.
You see? I didn't lie to you. Let me perform an overall maintenance.
Agreed, she says.
You do realize that you haven't changed any of my parts in the past 2 years, right? It's a miracle that I can still scan you at all, so stop making a fuss.
Just where am I going to find parts for a relic like you? The museum? I should probably donate you to the museum. So they can put you on display.
Initiating self-destruct sequence.
Calm down, I'm kidding. Head upstairs to the workshop and I'll give you a quick checkup.
Poor thing.
Yeah. How did this watch end up here? It's ironic how I didn't even give it a second look back then. Hello in the back, it's nice to meet you, she says.
Hello. I'm May, the producer.
Yep. AKA my mom.
I produced him.
Yep.
Lo, these many years ago.
An old picture with a sense of religious ritual. Daw, heart, she says.
And this is Bad Remy making all this racket.
Uh-huh.
And that was Teddy I just chased back into his cage.
This morning's newspaper? Let me have a look. It seems like everyone is talking about Augusto's participation in the campaign. She says, my oldest is almost 20 and I still see him as my precious wee beastie.
Absolutely. Always will.
I don't have time to go downstairs. I don't have time for stairs.
This place is haunted.
What's wrong? Why are the lights off? Didn't I tell you to wait for me at the interchange station?
I think something is over at... There's something over at the armor.
Hmm? Oh, come on. You're a robot that's afraid of ghosts. Just turn the lights on.
The lights aren't working. I think the circuit downstairs has malfunctioned.
Isn't there anything that still works in this place? Never mind. Let's find out what's going on here first. I should fix the lights first. It is too dark ahead. I'd better go no further. Yup. I thought downstairs was where oh no, wait, there it is. Interesting bit of trivia. Do you know why percussive maintenance works on some old electronics? Or not even necessarily old, but more so for old electronics. No, that's not it. And I mean, like, older than that, too, but, like, basically what it is, over time, with current constantly running through it, solder develops these long, pointy things that are called tin whiskers, because solder is mostly tin. But yeah, they grow out these tiny little whiskers, basically, and given enough time, they can grow long enough that they can bridge a gap between pieces of circuit that aren't actually supposed to connect with each other. But they're very fragile, so just giving it a good schmack can cause the tin whiskers to break off, and it's not and circuit's back to the way it's supposed to be. Why are the circuits so messed up? I need to rotate the wire to connect both ports. Yeah, exactly. There we go. That's it. Time to go back and check the workshop.
What the heck is in there? Will you please go have a look? Aren't you supposed to be a psychic?
I got so sick that I was having hallucinations. Why would you think that makes me a psychic? You know, I'm not sure I'm on his Discord. I should be though. I don't know why I'm not. I should, yeah. I should get on there soon. Okay, cool, thanks. I'll click it after this stream. After I'm done streaming today. Let's see what's going on here.
Ah, this place really is haunted.
Stop being so paranoid. One more crazy word and I'll have you disassembled. According to my observations, I think it's a cat.
A cat?
Listen to that sound. It's difficult to hear clearly, but I'm sure that's a cat meowing. The armor is stuck. I can't get it open. I need to figure out a way to save this little guy.
According to the information I found in the archives, this armor once belonged to an ancient knight, and his spirit is said to live on inside the armor after his death. If the armor is separated from its weapon, the spirit will become enraged and place a curse on the one who dons the armor. It's true, the curse is real.
A weapon? I remember seeing a claymore lying around, but I can't remember where I put it. The cat must have pushed these documents off the shelf. Take a look at this article. Mankind is so pretentious, always feigning innocence. But what if the claymore is down there? Aha! Da-da-da-da. A sharpened two-handed sword which hasn't rusted despite being stored in the bathroom. Sturdy, suitable for use as a clothes hanger. Hey, isn't that William? So you were the ghost in the armor. How did you end up in there, you silly cat? Something isn't right about this armor. You're lucky you didn't get hurt. Go home. I don't have any dried fish for you today. The noisy armor is now dead silent. The robot population rose sharply in the beginning of the 22nd century, and the traditional religions were not able to have a place for these new members of society. New religions and gods came into existence. They are the god of destiny, Lark, the god of oath, Smoff, the goddess of fusion and communication, Bsan, goddess of mystery, Ilanio, and the god of sleep. The gods of roverism opened their arms to both humans and robots. Because of the conflicts between early expansion and old-school religions, people saw it as something between a cult. As word of the religion spread, the numbers of believers increased significantly. Humans and robots are both ignorant rovers on this land, and they can only get the right direction of life under the guidance of God. This is the reason behind the name roverism. Bsan is one of the major gods of roverism, and she stands for fusion and communication. Her believers crave for the fusion of human and robots and believe that only fusion can dissolve disputes, and only the fused body can be qualified to communicate with Bsan. The rumor has it that Bsan believers started the earliest human and robot combination experiment. This is a synthetic creature with machine and organic parts, likely the product of an early cyborg technology experiment. The rat's great adaptability to environments has been reinforced through the innovation. As a half-machine, half-organic being, how they reproduce remains a mystery, although researchers agree copulation would involve a lot of sparks. This armor, bought at auction, is said to have once belonged to a brave and noble knight. However, the hero was eventually betrayed by both his friend and emperor, and his body was buried along with his armor and weapon. 20 years later, these items were mysteriously returned to the knight's hometown. Both the armor and weapon showed no signs of erosion, and previous battle damage had disappeared. The emperor was terrified and soon died of sickness. The armor was later collected by the royal family and was stored in the corner of a museum ever since. One thing is mentioned across all records: don't separate the armor and the weapon. With the help of Prophet, a large number of robots began to awaken. Panic and unease began to spread throughout humanity, and various conflicts arose between these two sides. The humans wanted to use the awakened robots for research purposes, and some even tried to attack them out of pure malice. In order to avoid persecution, some awakened robots assembled and tried to escape human society completely. But the situation didn't improve. Instead, these robot gathering places were found and destroyed by humans, and their resources and energy supplies were cut off. The robots were forced to counterattack, escalating the conflict into a state of war. Awakened robots from all parts of the world rose up and joined the war. The war continued for several years until June of 2057, when the threat of nuclear weapon activation by Prophet resulted in the beginning of a Cold War between the two sides. A truce was signed following intervention from Prophet and members of the human leadership. As the pioneer of robot politicians, Augusto's reputation among robots is second only to the Prophet. He even has some human supporters. Augusto advocates changing the robot situation using political means. He has been working towards this goal since he stepped into the political world. Augusto and his political followers are quite serious about this election, and they have embarked on a major campaign drive. That's not the Eye of Horus. Oh well. The Eye of Horus represents the blessing of the god and the highest monarchical power. The ancient Egyptians were convinced that the Eye of Horus was critical to achieving resurrection. This picture was bought from an archaeological team by Rex's grandfather, and it is said that it has something to do with a mysterious pharaoh, so it was estimated to be quite valuable. An interesting fact is that a monitoring system named the Eye of Horus is currently being built. The authorities claim that this system is built to protect the personal security of citizens and prevent crimes. Oh yeah? Like, I remember that y'all's elections are, the Eye of House. Yay, typos. I remember that y'all's elections are, like, not regularly scheduled. They're, like, whenever one is called for. What's bringing this one about, and, who is doing slash... What is the political situation there currently? Only 2 months. Is it usually more than that? A 2128 electronic artificial arm application form. The form was filled out with messy handwriting, and certain fields, such as name, are still vaguely visible. This form wasn't submitted in the end and was left messy with random writing. It was supposed to end up in the rubbish bin, but for some reason it wasn't thrown away and has been kept till today. Yeah, Trudeau will likely win, but I have hopes in the NDP party. To be honest, we got surprisingly high votes for it, which is nice to see go away from just red versus blue. Nice. Yeah, the NDP is the, like, the further left than the... Is it the Labour Party up there? Or is it the UK that it's the Labour Party? Or is it the Liberal Party? That's a good platform to have. Name Rex, gender male, race human, age 38. That's about the same age as me. Slightly older. Occupation detective. Location Sunlight Street 222B. He lives downtown on Sunlight Street, 222B, in a 3-story apartment which reveals his affluent past. However, he is barely making ends meet nowadays, earning his income working as a detective. Liquor has become an indispensable part of his life, and he can usually be found in a state of intoxication. After graduating from the police academy, he became part of the Special Mission Squad investigating the sculpture murders under Royd's command. After the Special Mission Squad was disbanded, he joined the Anti-Revolutionist Special Squad and won the Hero's Medal for his excellent performance during the suppression of riots, as well as his success in terminating the leader's plot. Almost half of his body is mechanical, and it is considered a miracle that he survived his body's intense rejection of the augments. He has a habit of concealing his unique physical structure from prying eyes. BBX helps him to maintain the mechanical parts of his body. William. Age 2. Race animal. Occupation stray cats. Multiples of them. A black cat who likes to stay clean, he appeared one day at Mr. Mist's place and has returned ever since for food. He seems to have a thing for cats with white fur. Mr. Mist originally planned to kick him out, but William displayed remarkable comprehension and understanding of his directions, leading to him assuming that William must have received some type of special training. Now, William often finds himself completing tasks or retrieving items in exchange for delicious dried fish. We can finally go to the interchange station now. It seems either the processor or the decoder isn't working. I remember seeing a processor on the first floor. There are no more decoders left, but it might be possible to get one from other household appliances with a dismantling tool. tool to dismantle the decoder should be locked in here, but I can't recall the code. I really need to quit drinking. Okay, so this was the thing. Okay. Some of that is kind of hard to make out. Like this right here. I'm not sure what exactly that's supposed to be. The music's nice and ambient so far. No, that's not it. Well, I thought the pyramid had the symbols on it, but now I'm not sure. Oh, okay. So, if I read that right, then 7, 3, 2, 2. Some small text on the back of the table. If you forget the code, ask Horace for help. Alright, now I can check which household appliances have a compatible decoder. This washing machine seems like it's even older than that antique robot. If this is dismantled, I'll need to go to the kitchen to get booze in the future. Not gonna happen. I still play with it, so I'm not about to take it apart. Well, what else is there? Now I can go downstairs. Yeah, it's spooky looking. Yeah, I better repair BBX first. No, I can't look in the closet under the stairs. Oh yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in-game later, probably. Old police department skill trophy, now filled with cat food. Winner of the Donut Cup. That's a butt. Why are you still here? Mrs. Perry is probably looking for you now. This little guy wants to play with me. I better pretend I didn't see him. Huh, there seems to be a processor in that box up there. I can't reach it. How did it get up there? Need to find a way to retrieve that processor. There are many books about genetic diseases on the shelf. In order to catch Noah, I have done quite a lot of research in this area. Wonder if that guy is still alive. Hey, little guy, can you get that box down from the top of the bookcase? Oh, don't give me that attitude. Have you forgotten who saved you earlier? I bet this cunning little thing just wants me to play with him. If you help me, I'll give you some delicious dried fish. How does that sound? William doesn't seem to be interested and shakes his head slightly. What, you don't want dried fish? I thought it's your favorite. I bet this cunning little thing just wants me to play with him. Take you out for... Get me what I need and I'll take you for a walk. You want to have some fun outside, right? Once I'm done here, I'll take you for a walk. Just get that box down for me first. Nice work. So, here's that dried fish we agreed on. You don't want it? Alright, I know you want to go outside. Just give me a moment to replace BBX's faulty parts, and I'll be right back. Apparently. I mean, some people take their cats for walks. Classic smart core made by AED Company, acquired from a second-hand store. This fridge's decoder is also broken. This machine is too old to have that chip. A universal digital decoder, smart device compatible with a wide range of electronic equipment. I've collected all the parts I need. Now let's go back to the workshop. Another suit of armor. I have the items. Ah, okay. Nice, the chips are fixed. Let's test the electronic signals. Match the frequency to the preset shape by turning the button. There we go. I'm getting this. There. Yeah, it should do it. Let's try restarting BBX. How do you feel now? Beep. Hey, what's going on? BBX? Can you still talk? Damn it, it exploded. BBX? Are you still with me, buddy? Looks like BBX has activated its emergency hibernation mode. It's gonna cost me an arm and a leg to find a mechanic. I'll have to buy the parts and fix it myself. Don't worry, BBX, I'll fix you. Probably. Oh, there's the cat. Can I get a moment of peace around here? Okay, William, time for that walk I promised you. Let's go, William. Did he just ditch me for a female cat? He was begging me to play with him just a minute ago. I guess gals before pals stands true, even for cats. Oh well, I need to visit the repair shop anyway.
Arnold is my best friend, and I made him a kite. But Arnold's grandmother doesn't like me, so I am not sure whether I'll be able to give him the kite.
712. Yeah, that's enough wandering. I better go to the repair shop now. What do you want to chat about? Do you have any gossip? Yeah, there is one thing, actually. Maybe you've already heard about it. Some people are terrified because they saw some strange shadows moving near the entrance of the sewers, but I didn't see anything when I went there. They say that there are paranormal beings there. Have you decided who you're going to vote for yet? The election? Since when were you interested in that? Because one of the candidates is a robot this time. I'll be voting for a human either way. I don't think robots stand a chance this time, because you-know-who is also running for the election. I can't believe people are still putting up posters like this. When will humans and robots be able to put aside their differences?
Hello, would you like a lollipop? Lollipops are my favorite.
Why is it taking so long? Woof woof. Are you hurting again, Cheese? Take this painkiller. I promise that you'll be released from this body very soon. Repair shop. Repairman, man. That's strange. Nobody's here.
Oh, it's you. I thought it was a customer.
I'm not a customer. Old man, do you have any cheap decoders or processors?
I'm busy in the back. The second-hand stuff is all over there. Go check it out for yourself.
This robot.
Now, this thing used to serve in the army, and I heard it had quite the reputation back then.
Is it a riot trooper? No wonder it looks so familiar.
It has so many problems that it'll take a long time to fix this thing.
Whoa, hold on. These prices are insane. Have you lost your mind?
Calm down. I only sell good stuff, and good stuff comes at a price. Even so, everything you see here is at least 30% cheaper than the market value. It's a bargain, really. And anyway, you should know that it isn't easy to find parts for that antique robot of yours.
I don't suppose you can sell them for cheaper.
If money is a problem, my offer for you to become my test subject still stands. I can compensate you with some parts.
I can't believe you're still thinking about that. As I said before, there's no way that's happening.
Alright then, come back when you've got the cash. And in the meantime, leave me alone.
Whatever. This game feels like it's a sequel, but I'm not sure if it's just trying to... Like, I've never heard of it before. I don't know of anything else that's... Is it a sequel to something? I'm going to look it up. It feels like it could just be trying to imply more stuff going on in the world, but... It's not looking like it's a sequel to anything. Although apparently they have made some other games in very different settings and with different characters that play similarly. Other like, side-scrolling detective games. William, you're back so soon? What have you got there? William brought over a piece of ripped cloth with blood on it. Whose blood is that? Are you hurt? I don't see any wounds, though. The little guy is so anxious. Something must have happened. Since I can't do anything else for BBX right now, I should probably follow William and take a look. With me pressing and releasing shift like that, Windows was like, sticky keys? No. It looks like William wants me to go into the alley with him. William, is this your girlfriend? Judging from her fur, she seems to be a rare breed. Good choice, William. Did you understand what I said? Wait, is that blood on you? Let me see where you're hurt. Weird, I don't see any wounds. Aw, little orange cat. Oh dear. Shit, a dead body. Been dead for a while now. Wait, I know this woman. It's Mrs. Perry. She's the landlord at Sephora Apartments. I need to call the police immediately. Hello, I'm calling from the Sephora Apartments. There's a body lying among the trash in the alley. Please send someone quickly. Okay, yes, thank you. There must still be some evidence here, since not many people come this way. I'd better look around before the police arrive. You have entered a crime scene. Carefully investigate every detail, as it could be a key clue to solving the case. Switch to the investigation view to find more traces at the scene. When you find all the traces, they will combine into important clues to help you build the final conclusion. Postmortem abrasions. Those messages are going by way too fast. Mm-hmm. There is a cat.
Is there a partner?
Kind of.
Lieutenant Whiskers?
Hey. Yes, you're a cat. You're right there.
My chin is downsized.
Let's see, there are scratches on the elbow and heel, and they seem to have formed after death. The corpse was moved at the time of the theft.
And then used as a scratching post.
Dislocation of the wrist with signs of fracture, probably caused by falling down or a strong collision after death. Traces of jewelry worn on the neck and the left finger. Signs of rigor mortis are different from other areas, so the theft probably happened 4 to 5 hours after death. There's a strange wound caused by impact with something blunt, most likely the cause of death. I'm going to see if I can't find a way to make... My tablet keeps shutting itself off, which, since I'm using it as the chat monitor, I kind of need to... Yeah, no, the best I can do, apparently, is... is tell it 30 minutes. That still means I have to go over there every 30 minutes. It is estimated that the death occurred more than 20 hours ago. The corpse suffered a fierce collision 4 hours after death and was dragged here. The theft of the jewelry also happened at this time. Every clue you find on a case is just like a gear in a watch. Once you have found every clue and correctly combined them, the gears will mesh and you'll discover the truth. When you have collected enough clues, gears, deduce the meaning of them all here. Only when all clues are placed in the correct spots can you solve the case. That's an interesting mechanic. Some marks extend all the way from the corpse under the dumpster, to under the dumpster. I'll need to move it to find out more. Clear traces of dragging on the ground, surrounded by footmarks. Judging from the footmarks, the person was thin in stature. There are clear indicators. And this indicates that the corpse was moved. I should follow them, but first, is there anything else around here? Why did I take the cat's food? The dragging starts from here, with more traces nearby, and these footprints all seem to belong to the same person. Marks lead all the way to this dumpster. Hey there, little fatty, it's time to wake up. Falkenberg? He's sleeping too soundly. I need something to distract him. Ah, that's what the cat food was for. There's a new dent on the steel lid, which must have been caused by a heavy object falling onto it, not the fat cat. The investigation is almost complete. Let's see if we can reconstruct the case. There we go. At about 9 p.m. yesterday, that thief appeared and skulked around the corpse for quite some time here. She hesitated but decided to steal from the body in the end. After that, the corpse was dragged from here to the trash pile and covered with garbage bags. However, the thief did not clean up the traces and marks that were left behind. Judging from the time of death and the time of the theft, as well as the thief's behavior at the crime scene, the thief is unlikely to be the murderer. That person was possibly attracted here by the sound of the fall. The thief committed theft on impulse after seeing the valuables on the deceased. The deceased fell down from her own apartment. I might be able to find out why Mrs. Perry was killed if I investigate the Sephora apartments. Have they finally arrived? Royd, what are you doing here? I thought you'd be putting your feet up on that new lieutenant's desk of yours. Ha! And I never would have guessed that you'd be the one to report the crime. It's been a while. Well, since you're already here, a big shot with time on his hands like you would have figured out who committed the murder by now. Care to enlighten me? Sir, the crime scene is under control. What are your instructions? Carl, come over here. I'd like you to meet the famous Rex. He was on the force, too. Where have I heard that name before? Oh yes, you're regarded as some kind of hero around the station. Although, personally, I'm not impressed by what I read in history books. Carl! It's okay, Royd. Don't mind him. Rex, tell us what you found. Well, first off, I actually know the deceased. She used to be a friendly face in the neighborhood before her husband died. But as for tonight, this is what I believe happened. So I think our next course of action should be to investigate Mrs. Perry's home in the Sephora apartments. I apologize in advance if you feel offended, but I think your reasoning is based on unreliable assumptions. I believe the right thing to do is to follow the actual clues, like the stolen jewelry. I'm not interested in your big-time detective nonsense. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to the crime scene. You're a detective. You should be interested in detective nonsense. Carl! His temper gives me a headache sometimes. Rex, shall we find that apartment now? Oh? Are you Mr. Rex? My name is Catherine, and I'm a big fan of yours. Can you please give me some advice? Some advice? Well, this might not be the best time. Ahem. I'm so sorry. I still need to take notes. I'll ask you for advice again later.
Hey, Elizabeth. Why are you here? What's that on you? Are the street cats bullying you? Poor Elizabeth.
This child knows that white cat. Maybe she can tell us something. Hey, little friend. What's your name?
Hello, sir. My name is Alice.
Do you know this cat?
Of course I know her. She's the prettiest cat of them all, and Mrs. Perry simply adores her.
Do you know which apartment Mrs. Perry lives in? I need to visit her.
Yes, I do. She lives in number 303, right under my place.
We finished our investigation here. Let's leave the rest to Carl and check out the victim's home. Are you ready to go upstairs? Let's go. Mrs. Perry must be one of his supporters, because this poster is in pristine condition. Mrs. Perry lives on the 3rd floor. Can you hit the button? Officer, I didn't do anything wrong, did I? Relax, we just need to ask some questions. What did you do yesterday? Did you hear anything unusual while you were home? I slept all day yesterday. I heard the sounds of cats and children when I woke up in the afternoon. I thought Mrs. Perry had some children over at her place, so I didn't pay too much attention to it. Relax. We just need to ask... Oh, okay. Did you often chat with Mrs. Perry? What else do you know about her? Mrs. Perry was a loner, and she didn't talk to other people much. She took care of the street cats, though, and gave them food. People from the steakhouse in the alley wanted to discuss the matter of the street cats with her, but Mrs. Perry didn't want to talk to them. Thanks, we have all the information we need. Sorry for taking up your time. This must be Mrs. Perry's place. I'll call a professional to unlock the door. Don't bother. Let me do it. This type of lock design can withstand electronic tampering and forced entry. The only way to unlock it is to guide the signal to the target by moving the discs. Wait a second. Oh, I see. Oh, that's just back where I was. There we go. Okay, so I am pretty sure that I need to come here first. Easy peasy. This half mechanical and half electronic lock can go to the museum now. Stay where you are and put your hands in the air. I've got you covered, Rex. Move up and check it out. Just like the good old days. The hair and blood are confirmed to be Mrs. Perry's, so he is highly likely to be involved. Judging from his clothes, this robot is an indoor servant worker who paid attention to manners and to details. The crest indicates that he was working for a specific family. Blood and hair has been detected on the robot, so he was involved in some way, but he broke down here for no obvious reason. Relax, Royd. He's in hibernation mode. That thing scared the hell out of me. I almost shot it. Wait, what's that on the couch? It's blood. Rex, take a look at this. Did you say blood? There's also blood on the hands and feet of this robot. Robots are unable to harm humans, so what's with all the blood? Let's check out the couch. There are dried bloodstains on the front and back of the couch. These bloodstains appear to be an attempt to clean up blood splatter. This is Mrs. Perry's blood, and it looks like a full 24 hours since the blood dried up. It's likely that Mrs. Perry was killed at about 12 o'clock yesterday. Also, judging from the trajectory of the blood splash, it was an upward strike with the swing starting at a low angle. Let's assume this is the primary crime scene. I'll organize all the information we have so far. Meanwhile, let me know if you find something else. Bloodstain on the couch appeared around 12 p.m. yesterday, which is the time of Mrs. Perry's death. The attack was launched from a position lower than Mrs. Perry's height. It looks like Mrs. Perry had a visitor before she died. Let's see what other information we can find. There are fingerprints and lip marks from Mrs. Perry on one of the cups. The other cup has marks left by a child? We need to find out who this is. There should be a matching candlestick, and this is most likely the murder weapon. Although the pattern on the bottom of the candlestick is similar to the shape of the fatal wound, there's no trace of blood there. The murder weapon must be another matching candlestick. It's not here at the crime scene, so we can't confirm that right now. We're pretty much done here. Contact Royd and examine the next room. Oh, that was just the system saying, hey, do this thing. Mrs. Perry's diary. There might be some clues inside, and the key should be somewhere in the house. The missing candlestand must be the lethal weapon. It looks like the murderer has taken it. Hey, Royd. We're done with the investigation here. Let's check the next room. You can continue with the rest of the investigation. Carl told me they caught a suspect, so I better take a look. A suspect? Sure, I'll come over when I finish here. Something peculiar about this set of cat paintings. There seems to be some hidden switches in them. Mrs. Perry's schedule? This could hold some important clues. There must be something in the apartment that relates to the passcode. Mrs. Perry's gift for Jenny's birthday, beautifully wrapped. Special bronze key. 5214. Shouldn't that...
I was feeling a bit upset when I saw you off at the door. They're saying the robots are becoming more determined lately, so the government is getting tougher and stricter and the parade might be stopped. But you told me the robots' actions are justified, as those with consciousness and knowledge deserve more than being treated as simple machines, that they should be given the same rights as a human being. You hugged me and left. I almost called your name to make you stay, but I know I should support your decision. I was waiting for you with lunch ready, but the police came instead. My world became dark when they asked me to identify your body. Soon I saw you in the morgue. I knew it was you, even though your hair, your face, and your clothes were all covered in blood. I wish I was wrong. My love, my world, I can't believe you were murdered by those cold and heartless machines. I will never forget what they have done.
Oh wait, what was the date on that? 4/21. Written to... Earderzer?
HP Lane.
It looks like Mrs. Perry's hatred for robots didn't extend to electronic appliances. According to her schedule, the only guest she had yesterday was a little girl named Jenny. I am not certain. That might be enough. No, that doesn't appear to be it. Mrs. Perry entertained her little guest in the living room with fruit tea, and the two of them something. The guest struck Mrs. Perry with a candlestick matching the one I found. Strike didn't kill Mrs. Perry immediately, but immobilized her. She died sometime afterwards. The robot entered the crime scene and dumped the body. The robot stopped working after that and stayed there for an unknown reason. The candlestick that was the murder weapon was taken away from the crime scene, and it's highly likely that the murderer has destroyed it. I'll have to let the police investigate this further. The crime scene investigation is almost complete. I wonder if that little guest was Jenny. I need to tell Royd to bring her in for questioning. There's something suspicious about the robot, too. I need Royd's authorization to carry out an internal core investigation. I didn't kill her. It wasn't me. You're sticking to that story, even though we have solid evidence and a clear motive? I'll extract the truth from you back at the police station. Rex, you came right in time. This is the suspect, Christopher. He's one of the homeless people from the neighborhood, and he was pawning some jewelry at the store this morning. The jewelry belonged to Mrs. Perry. This guy? I've seen him around. While he might commit theft or burglary, he isn't capable of committing murder. First of all, the timing isn't right. According to the investigation of the corpse, the theft happened 4 to 5 hours after the time of death. If he wanted to murder someone for their valuables, he wouldn't have waited hours before he took them off the body. Secondly, there was no trace of him at the primary murder scene, Mrs. Perry's home. If he wasn't present at the primary crime scene, it means he was probably the thief, but not the murderer. Exactly. You're absolutely right, sir. I stole the jewelry, but I didn't kill anyone. Based on all the evidence we've collected at the crime scene, the little girl named Jenny should be our prime suspect right now. The main suspect is a little girl? What the hell is wrong with you?
All right, Carl, take him away and we'll talk later.
Yes, sir. Let's go, pal. Don't try anything funny. Royd, I need you to bring me a girl named Jenny. I need to ask her some questions face to face.
Okay, I'll get her. We need to find out more about that robot, too.
Yes, it's very suspicious. I need your authorization to examine him from the inside.
No problem. I'll find you if anything turns up.
The outer shell of the robot's head. In order to access the electronic brain, I need to first unlock each slot and remove the covering. I can proceed by sliding out pieces that aren't interlocked with others. The age of this robot means that the system can't be too complicated. Wait, what? I'm not sure what this is asking of me. So that one was right. Primitive form of anti-tamper protection. Modern robots don't use this system anymore. I just need to move the signal to the center target. What the? There's an implanted device. going on? This is the robot's memory? Why didn't he save Mrs. Perry's life? That's already a violation of robot principles. My head. It hurts so bad. Hey, Rex! Rex, what's wrong? Rex! What's wrong, Rex? You looked like you were in a lot of pain just now. I don't know. I think there's something wrong with this robot. There's some kind of device implanted in its brain. We'll talk about that later. The new Special Mission Squad has taken over this case, so we need to cease our investigations. What, the SMS? What the hell is going on? We found out that this Ginny is the daughter of an important man. No sooner had I retrieved her file than the order to transfer the jurisdiction of the investigation came in, and they had already arrived, too. This scene is now under our control. Leave now and stay out of our investigation. Inspector Royd, it's quite surprising that you're asking a private detective to assist with your investigation. Rex found the crime scene, so we asked him to help with the investigation. That's all. You just asked him to help. Is that standard police procedure? And I've heard you decided to make our Miss Ginny a suspect. Ginny, can you tell me what happened yesterday?
I was at Alice's tea party and went home when it was over.
We found your fingerprints on the tea set. You were Mrs. Perry's guest.
I was just visiting Mrs. Perry, like I had promised. I didn't stay for long, and I have no idea what happened later.
I've accessed the memories of the robot, and know that both you and the robot were there when Mrs. Perry lay injured and immobilized on the couch.
The steward went crazy and attacked Mrs. Perry. I ran away because I was scared.
I'm afraid that's not possible. Judging from the trajectory of the blood splash, the strike came from below. The robot steward was so tall that it would need to crouch down in a weird posture to deliver a strike that matches the evidence. The lack of force behind the blow also makes it unlikely that the assailant was a robot. All signs indicate that the wound was inflicted by something far weaker. A child, for example. Miss, you don't need to answer his questions. We'll find a professional to record a proper testimony later. Detective, you accessed the robot's memory without authorization. I can't pretend I didn't hear that. I don't think you found your so-called murder weapon yet, either. Is that the... This is simply... Well, now that we have the alleged murder weapon, all we need to do is match the blood and fingerprints to reveal the truth. Well, that's our job. Please leave immediately. Well, Inspector Royd, do I need to have a chat with your superiors? That won't be necessary. We were just about to leave. Wait a minute. I have something for Ginny. Ginny, Mrs. Perry wanted to give you this.
This is for me? Is this... Dear Ginny, you are such a kind and loving girl, the way you always drop in to visit me. Today is your birthday, and you are about to become a young adult. I know you like little Elizabeth very much, so I have decided she is to be your birthday present. I know you will be good to her because you are such a loving child. I have also made a nameplate for her collar, which has been engraved with your name. Starting today, Elizabeth is yours. I hope that you will grow up happily, and I will always be there to serve your favorite cakes and fruit teas when you want them. Your Grandma Perry. What? How could this be? I didn't want to harm her. Mrs. Perry, I'm sorry. It was that robot.
Ginny, about that robot, can you tell... Enough. Inspector Royd, get this person out of here. He should never have been here in the first place. Royd, I believe there is something unusual about that robot. If we give up now, we'll lose critical evidence. I'm sorry, Rex. You know that after the specials take over, my hands are tied. The SMS is such a pain. Now I'm no longer on the inner circle. Can you get me a picture of that implanted device? I didn't have a chance to take one just then. It won't be easy, but I'll try. You were acting a little unusual just then. Did something happen? Well, I'm not quite sure either. Now that I think about it, maybe something on that robot affected me. I see. It seems like there's more than meets the eye here. But let's talk about that later tonight. There's a good bar I know. Alright. I need to ask someone about the implanted device first. I need to head back to the station now. I'll send you the address of that bar I mentioned. Okay, see you later. Internet bat? Mr. Rex, I don't think I'll be able to ask you for advice today. Officer Royd gave me a lot of reports to finish today, and I'm getting a headache just thinking about them. There'll be other opportunities in the future. Well done, William. How did you find that murder weapon? William dances excitedly as he explains what happened. It seems that he had quite an adventure. "2 hours ago. Elizabeth, are you saying it was you who took the candlestick away? Meow?
Yes, I couldn't let Ginny hit Mrs. Perry with that thing again, so I grabbed it and ran away. Good thinking, but it's a very important piece of evidence. It could prove who the murderer is, so we have to get it to Rex. Meow. Yes, but I lost it. Calm down, Elizabeth. It's okay. What happened? I was so scared after I jumped off Mrs. Perry's windowsill. I just started running, and then all of a sudden I was in the middle of the Biocats territory. Then... It's all my fault. The Biocats territory. A loose billboard. I think I know where that is. Really? That's great. Elizabeth, time is of the essence, so I need to find that murder weapon now. Rest up and wait for me. I don't want to go that way. Thanks to the insightful leadership of the boss, we cats have finally driven those damn Biocats from the Fitcher family out of this district. Now we're the most powerful family around. Meow. Tessio took catnip again. He told us he was clean, but look at the trouble he's caused. He deserves to be punished by the boss. Meow. And on top of that, who knows what disease that blue cat over there caught from the humans? He's been calling himself an artist recently. Virtual girlfriend. What a bizarre color of fur. Just like those Biocats. Humans have such strange taste. Meow. One of the boss's favorite quotes is, "Each cat has their own destiny. My destiny is to be a slave for Miss Connie." Oh, Miss Connie. Meow meow. Are you interested in my work?
I'm actually more interested in that lever.
Meow, you're a cat of fine taste, I see. Perhaps you are my soulmate, for you see, that is my masterpiece.
Sure, can you give it to me?
The other cats don't appreciate my work. Meow, do you really want it? I will give it to you on one condition.
My tailbone hurts, I've been sitting on it. Ugh. Also, I need more drink. I'll be right back. Alright, what is this condition?
If you can answer 3 questions correctly about me and my family, I'll give you the lever. Are you ready for my questions?
No, because I don't know who you are. Martial law is still in effect. You cannot proceed without a permit. Meow.
To meow with it. Seems like I'll have to pay a visit to the boss, the infamous Vito Bourbon. What is my profession, meow? An artist. Correct, meow. I am a rising star artist, meow. Next question. What's the boss's favorite quote? Correct, meow. I have my own destiny too, and that is to be a famous artist. Next question. What is the name of our rival family, meow?
Fitcher.
Correct, meow. Those bio-cats have no sense of aesthetics at all. You answered everything correctly. You really are my soulmate, meow. As promised, here's my all-time greatest masterpiece as a gift, meow.
A very artistic-looking lever.
It's so artistic.
Oh no. Poor fish.
Meow, my eyes are blinded by the light.
I'm so jealous of those guys down there because they get to see Miss Anna every day. You want to meet the boss? I'll let you in if you can make the neon lights become the same color as Miss Anna. Now. Okay, hold on a sec. What was the order of colors? Okay, so red, yellow, green. That's not where I wanted. Yes, this is the beautiful shade of Miss Anna's hair. With your courage and wisdom, you deserve to meet the boss. Jump onto the platform. Meow. Hold it right there. Who do you think you are, just waltzing in here like that? It's okay, Bradzy. Let's not scare our little friend here. Sorry, boss. I was just worried that there's no need for concern. In fact, he might have arrived at precisely the right time. The Bourbon family could use a cat like him. You must be William. I've heard about you.
Most Honorable Don Vito, please permit me to enter the Biocat's territory.
Vito? It said Vigo. You know how to respect your elders. This virtue is rare among the younger generations. This is a turbulent time for our family and its territory, so I have declared a state of martial law. No cat may pass other than the cats of our family. The good news for you is that I require some assistance with a very important task. If you agree to do it for me, you will have my blessing to travel as you please.
The Godfather has given me an offer I can't refuse.
Each cat has their own destiny. Now that you are here, make the most of it.
Well, Don Vito, what can I do for you?
A biocat has infiltrated our family and leaked information about our family to our enemies. I need you to root him out for me.
Do you have any suspects?
Speak to my counselor, Martin, about the details. He knows all about these biocats.
All right, I got it. Looks like you should get some rest.
Report to him whenever you find any clues. You can trust him fully on this matter. Complete this task and you will be a friend to the Bourbon family. Nobody can hurt Don Vito when I'm around.
Father grounded me because of the matter concerning the Fitcher family, and I'm so bored. Meow. Sweetheart, do you want to have some fun? Well, actually, I'm kind of busy right now. What's the rush? Surely you can spare a few moments to play the piano for me. Well, come on, follow my steps. Meow. Very good. Looks like I need to make it harder for you. Listen closely. Very impressive. I like your performance. This little ball is for you. Pretty leather ball. The cat scratches on the ball show that the owner loved it a lot.
Do you have any idea how difficult it was for me to get up here?
If you're here, it must mean you have accepted the boss's task. About that biocat, or maybe I should call him that traitor. The boss and I have some suspects in mind already. Tessio, one of the founding members of the family, is addicted to baked catnip. You can usually find him taking a nap in the safe box. Paulie, the leader of the servant team, likes to imitate human ninjas and is always trying to disguise or conceal himself. There's one more suspect, and you may have already met him. This is one of the most trusted members of the family, the boss's right-hand man, Bradsy. Bradsy is a suspect too? He's a suspect. When it comes to those damn biocats, he can't be too careful. I have a question. How do you distinguish biocats? How can I tell biocats apart? The biocats of today can be easily recognized by their looks, but the first-generation biocat we are looking for is a bit different. Wait, first-generation biocats? I thought they all died out. Maybe, maybe not. I recently found a room full of books in an abandoned apartment nearby, so I had some of the others create a library. I found pictures of first-generation biocats, but I couldn't read the humans' writing. But you, William, you might be able to read some of it, as you're closer to the humans than most around here. You've done your research, haven't you? Yes, I can read a little. Perfect. Go find the materials you need in there, and let me know if you discover anything valuable. One more thing. Remember the law of Omerta. Do not speak of this to anyone else. Who is it? Lord Tessio is resting, so leave me alone. Mr. Tessio? Can you open the door, please? I need your help. I am busy, and I'm not interested. Leave me alone. I need to get Tessio to come out of there. Didn't Martin say something about baked catnip?
Warning danger. You haven't completed the boss's task, so you can't go there yet.
It's blocked. I can't open it from out here.
Oops. Wrong key. Man-machine agreement. I remember that the robots allowed humans to write the 3 principles into their source code. I hope humans don't try that with us cats. Holy meow, it's catnip! Beware, many cats have met their end as a result of this. Old Pet Magazine with detailed information about the first-generation biocats, their strengths and weaknesses. Looks like I need to find a tinfoil product for the test. Oops. No. Wait. Uh-huh. Tinfoil unicorn. Do biocats dream of electric rats? A real biocat will definitely fail this test. It's time to find some test subjects. Kid, leave me alone. I need to run a quick test on you. Just relax and tell me how you feel when you see this. Don't you trick me. Let's begin the test. Please take a look at this unicorn. Did the boss react to the unicorn just now? What are you doing? Are you playing a prank on me? No, I've completed my test. Thanks for your cooperation. Radzi reacted normally, but the boss's reaction was somewhat unusual. Let your friends underestimate your strengths, and your foes overestimate your weaknesses. This is... Yes! Freshly baked catnip. Give it to me. Young man, show some respect to the elderly. You must be Tessio. I need to run a quick test on you. Just relax and tell me how you feel when you see this. Since the boss said so, do what you gotta do. Let's begin the test. Please take a look at this unicorn. Now, what's this? You little punk, get lost if you're just going to mess around. The test is over. Thank you for your time. This guy is a catnip junkie. There's no way he could fake the tinfoil reaction. He's not the one. You're smart and know art when you see it. Actually, I've been working on a new piece. You should come by and check it out when it's finished. Tessio took catnip again. Oh, that's the same thing. Who was the other one? Polly. Oh, there's all kinds of new stuff here. Okay. BBX, a very old robot with some legacy military fittings. It's difficult to find parts for this model nowadays. Due to its outdated design, this type of robot only functions well upon receiving detailed instructions. Morax runs a repair shop on the street, originally named Repay's Shop. But if you ask him about that name, he might set the Violence Tromper robot on you. Eventually the name was changed to Repair Shop, but people immediately began to miss the typo. Morax buys and sells all kinds of second-hand machines and electronic parts, and of course, he sets the price himself. He seems to have a special channel to acquire repurposed military parts. Morax is undoubtedly a very good mechanic, and he is also interested in all sorts of eccentric questions about new technology and machines. The landlord of the Sephora Apartments, an old-fashioned apartment building with comfortable rooms and reasonable rent. She always feeds the street cats, resulting in a rise of cat activity in the neighborhood. She sometimes feels bad for her neighbors because of this. Mrs. Perry was a baker when she was younger and was really good at making desserts. Now she entertains the local children with her desserts and flower tea. Rex is chief back when he was on the force. He's a good man, but has trouble getting promotions due to his distaste for kissing the butt of his superiors. With a wealth of professional experience, he can find the key to solving the case by examining the finer details. However, he can be a bit too cautious and usually works as part of backup teams. He likes to touch his chin while thinking. His own reason for this is that it calms him down and clears his mind. Jenny. She impresses people with her cute outfits and usually displays elegant manners thanks to her great upbringing. She seems to possess social skills beyond her years. She hates street cats ever since her own pet cat was killed by one. She can seem rather distant and often hides her true personality. The Donut Cup Basketball Championship Trophy. The best players from police stations all over the country participated and competed for nearly half a year. During the competition, several major cases were cracked and several old interprovincial serial killers were brought to justice. But before the committee announced the result, the second and third placed team had acquired important evidence of the first place team's corruption within the police system. Rex, from the second team, cooperated with internal affairs and launched a surprise attack on the headquarters of the corrupt officials. The mercenary organization known as Black Crown was exposed as part of a deep network within the police system, which had been sabotaging the force for years. With the support from the Department of Justice, Rex finally put the leader of the first place team behind bars and had their previous basketball victories stricken from the record. This prize is highly recognized among the authorities, and it represents the real champions. There hasn't been another Donut Cup since then. The Deceased person, Mrs. Perry, human female, 155 centimeters high, more than 70 years old, widowed, unemployed, owner of the Sephora Apartments, well off, feeding the street cats as a habit. Late rigor mortis period after death trauma on the face, earlobes and wrists, bludgeoning to the head was decided to be the fatal wound. Crime scene situation, a 70 centimeter long and 35 centimeter at the widest part rubbing strip mark on the ground. Filth and lichen was seen to have destroyed the ground sedimentation. A small amount of blood can be seen on the rubbing mark, and there is no mark of wheels or similar vehicular transport. Initial investigation result: 1. The time of death is a hout 20 to 26 hours ago. The reason of death is insufficient blood supply to the brain. 2. As there is no clue indicating the back alley to be the murder crime scene, it is assumed the body was dumped here after death. The deceased was wearing pajamas, so it is quite likely that she had been killed at home. It is suggested the deceased's room be investigated. 3. From analyzing rigor mortis markings, someone must have taken the jewelry away from the dead. Comparing separate rigor mortis areas, the jewelry had been stolen 7 to 10 hours after she was killed, 14 to 17 hours before the body was discovered. 4. There were lots of footprints around the trash pile. The footprint indicates the owner to be a male, about 175 centimeters tall, humped, leaning to the left slightly. 45 to 50 years old, 35 to 45 kilograms of weight. He had stolen at least 3 pieces of jewelry and is very likely to be selling them soon. It is suggested that police search and monitor the black market nearby. Butler robot of the Caroline family. Saved by Kathy Caroline during the pureblood baptism at the end of the 21st century, he joined the Caroline family to become Kathy Caroline's personal steward. He was responsible for the recruitment and training of other servants and was regarded as a model butler among the royal families. After Kathy's oldest granddaughter was born, he took up the responsibility of taking care of her daily life. That, yeah. Or, wait. Yeah. Already read that. Found a body among the trash after following William into an alley near my home at 12:34. The deceased is Mrs. Perry, a local resident from the Sephora Apartments. From the evidence at the scene, there is a strong chance that the body was dumped here after the murder took place somewhere else. The jewelry on the body was stolen, and the thief left numerous footprints near the trash pile. The fatal wound is located on the head, caused by a blunt object. The shape of the wound is irregular, and there wasn't a large amount of bleeding. Evidence shows that the lethal weapon was probably a candle stand from Mrs. Perry's home. The neighbors remembered seeing a guardian robot outside Mrs. Perry's door, but as she was known to have an aversion to robots, it must have belonged to a visitor at Mrs. Perry's place. This explains something that is missing in my reasoning. After the investigation at the victim's home, I figured out who the murderer is and how the crime was committed, as the murder and concealment were both very sloppy. The only unknown is the robot left at the crime scene. Even if he wasn't part of the murder, he likely assisted in some way. Was he really able to go against his source code principles? The robot that broke down at the Mrs. Perry crime scene. The electronic brain was broken apart and was connected to an outside device through a wire. As the electronic brains of robots use the new quantum defense system, such physical damage would make acquiring information from the robot impossible, maybe even starting the self-destruction program. But this robot behaved differently. The method used is not confirmed. And that. And that. Before the Sky City was built, Starlight City was one of the top 10 most populated cities in the world, and Bell Tower Avenue was one of the best spots with the most famous tourist attraction, Dona River. However, as people and businesses moved to the Sky City, this prosperity become a thing of the past. The Sholikov family had been manipulating the national economy in secret for many years before becoming publicly active while planning the construction of Sky City. As the project's main backer, the Sholikov family provided a large amount of financial and material support to the government, which made it possible to complete the unbelievable Sky City in a surprisingly short time. As the spokesperson of the family, Alex Sholokhov spent his days in the upper-class society, investing in rising enterprises and supporting several entrepreneurs. He has established an incomparable reputation in the city. More than 70% of the population favor him in the election, so he has a good chance of becoming the next mayor. The Special Mission Squad was established to deal with the robot uprising and was later disbanded after the leadership of the robot terrorist organization the Revolutionists had been eradicated. Last year, Augusto, a robot leader, announced his participation in the election campaign, and this resulted in some public order chaos. In order to maintain stability and to prevent the appearance of other harmful organizations, the government decided to reactivate the Special Mission Squad. The existence of this new team is not public knowledge. They needed to spend more time on editing the writing in this game. Like, visually, it's gorgeous, but the writing is messy. Genetic modification technology has made it possible to reinforce some human physical functions, which once convinced humanity that they had acquired the skill of gods. The genetic disease that came with this technology has shattered this dream. This kind of genetic disease has been found on test subjects as well as their descendants. The reproduction behavior of these people create a genetic pool with the potential to contaminate the human gene. Therefore, test subjects and descendants within 5 generations are under the government's observation. The outbreak of genetic diseases and the high fatality rates have panicked society. There is no answer as to why this disease has developed, and the rumor of Patient Zero has been widely spread even though it is not recognized in the professional field. Is it possible to be just a result of natural balance? Propaganda denies the social identity of robots and suggests expelling smart robots. People have started to advertise a no-robot lifestyle in the hope that they can drive robots out of human civilization by denying their individuality. Though it has been many years since the turmoil of the human-robot war, many people still believe this. After the war had been raging for some time, both humans and robots realized that they might end up destroying each other completely. Nevertheless, their hatred had grown very deep, and the two parties were unable to make peace. The war didn't cease until nuclear weapons were added to the mix, and this resulted in a new Cold War period. On July 13th, 2057, in the new town of the Pan-Euro-Asian Alliance, humanity and intelligent robots had their first meeting following this new Cold War. There was no desirable outcome reached at the meeting, but it did succeed in breaking the Cold War impasse, and humans and robots began to communicate. At the end of that year, on December 20th, 2057, a second meeting was held in which a truce agreement was signed between the two parties. In a post-meeting talk, robots accepted humanity's conditions and promised to accept the 3 principles, which exclude dangerous acts against humans, into their source code. Violence Trumper. The Riot Trooper was a mass-produced robot from 10 years ago. To fight back against the robots, a great number of Riot Troopers were created and put into service for a short period of time. Most of these army robots were destroyed on the battlefield, and those lucky enough to survive served in the army until maintenance costs increased above the allowable threshold. The Biocats came out of nowhere and quickly took over several streets that had belonged to the Street Cats. They started meaningless fights with all cats and dogs nearby. As the representative of the pure-blooded cats, the Bourbon family was duty-bound to confront these intruders. Under the leadership of Vito Bourbon, the Bourbon family started a long war with the Biocats, during which time the Bourbon family took in a lot of Street Cats to assist with their counterattacks. Things went well at the beginning, but as the Biocats' territory shrank, the Bourbon family's supply lines were stretched, and the two sides entered a period of uneasy peace. Because the Biocats have been lying in wait for many of the Bourbon family's attacks, there have been many rumors of a mole. The members of the family all suspect each other, but the situation hasn't improved much, even after Vito Bourbon spoke out. Everyone feels endangered at the moment, but they know Don Vito will sort everything out once the mole is uncovered. Where is Polly? That's Rocco. This guy seems to like the little ball so much that he can't stop sniffing it. It's not this guy. Yeah, that's Spike. You've got some skills to see through my disguise. Polly? Did the boss send you here? I'm just here to run a test. Relax. Let's begin the test. Please take a look at this unicorn. It looks like there's nothing wrong with Polly. You've passed the test. Thank you for your cooperation. None of the test subjects reacted to the tinfoil, so it seems that none of them are biocats. But what was with the boss's weird reaction just then? I'd better report this to Martin first. Jump up there from here. Did your test yield any results? Yes, something unexpected happened, which is why I came to talk to you first. Oh? According to the information I found, first-generation biocats are strangely obsessed with tinfoil, so I used that to test the subjects. None of the 3 targets reacted to it. However, when I was testing Bradsy, the boss acted strangely. Are you saying that... Well... You've done well, William, but we'd better keep this to ourselves. You have completed your task, so I'll ask Spike to let you through. The biocats are rather agitated lately. You must be on your guard. You can leave now that you've done your job. Meow.
Where's this stray cat from? Go away! Can't you see we're in the middle of a turf war with this stupid dog? Cats from other families shouldn't be here.
Candlestick with lots of bloodstains. This must be the lethal weapon from Mrs. Perry's murder case.
Isn't this the murder weapon Elizabeth spoke of? I have to take it back as soon as possible.
Well, well. So someone had an adventure. It's too bad I can't understand you. Either way, I need to thank you for retrieving the murder weapon. Here, have some dried fish. It's getting late, and I still need to ask the old man in the repair shop about that implant device and take a taxi to the bar. Yeah, I was going to see if there's no need to go down this street. Okay. The police came earlier and took the homeless guy away. God knows what happened. I don't really know either. You know, a lot of things have been going on lately. I heard some robots say that several robots have gone missing recently. What took you so long? Do you know how much pain my cheese has been going through?
Keep quiet. They're cracking down on consciousness copies lately. But look, if you're serious about saving your dog, then I have a way. Instead of copying it, why don't you clone it? Cloning won't cost too much either. Besides, it is so much better to have a fluffy pup in your hand than a cold hard data file.
Look, I've done my research. Cloning can't copy the original character and memory. So no, I don't want to clone. I want my cheese, with all his character and love for me.
You have to know that copying consciousness doesn't mean...
No, stop this nonsense. If you copy the consciousness, he will stay with me forever, and he can be free of the pain he is in now.
Well, if you insist. My contact will be here in a few minutes, so I'll need my fixer fee right now. This has cost me a lot of time, you know.
Money is not a problem. Anything for my cheese. Aww. You can fish for all sorts of things in this river, which can be sold for a good price after they're cleaned.
I wish I could see what Sky City is like. I heard that everyone is carefree there. Oh, hello, hot stuff. Do you want to come be carefree with me?
Closed. You're closed this early? That old man is such a slacker. I can't think of anyone other than Morax who would know about that implant device. I think it's time to meet Royd at the bar now anyway. Should I take a taxi to the bar? It's time to head to the bar. I was getting thirsty anyway. That hallucination just now. If that really was the last memory of the steward, then he managed to break through the confines of the three principles. The last time this happened, a revolution broke out, and my body was left in this state. What concerns me more is that strange implant device. I haven't had a hallucination since the Apocalypse Garden incident. I thought I'd rid myself of that nightmare for good. Never imagined it would emerge once again. The invasive voices and frantic memories drove me insane, and I was completely unable to escape from it. I never want to experience that lack of control again. Perhaps this implant device is an opportunity for me to rid myself of this disease forever. wonder whether Royd was able to get the photo of the device. Darn it. I could really do with some booze now. Fantasy jellyfish bar? What? Oh, I see. Oops. Oh, thought I could just whoosh on through that. There you are. What took you so long? Maybe you shouldn't choose a place so far away next time. Is that Luigi? What, the fantasy jellyfish? Crazy name, great atmosphere. It's far for sure, but it's also a good place for a private chat. Today's case is likely to be suppressed by the new Special Mission Squad. I'm still working on getting that photo you wanted. In the meantime, why don't you tell me what's so important about that robot? Well, do you still remember how my body began acting weird since the incident at A003 Apocalypse Garden? The gift my old partner Abel left me. Of course. In order to save you, Abel chose to sacrifice himself. With that level of mechanical transplantation, obviously there would be some serious complications. It was around that time when doctors identified mechanical augmentation as the cause of the physical rejection epidemic, and then you suddenly disappeared, so we all assumed. Back then, my brain would automatically receive the thoughts and memories of the robots around me. Every day was like living in purgatory to me. But after a while, I slowly recovered. What happened then? Most of my memories from that time are very vague. Illusion and reality intertwined in my mind, but that hasn't happened for years. When I touched the core of that robot today, I had a similar reaction, a visual hallucination. This time, I need to fix it once and for all. My intuition tells me that the problem lies within the device implanted on the robot's brain. I need to dig deeper. Yeah, I see. I'll get that photo as soon as I can. You need to be careful here. There's more to this than meets the eye. Since we're here, let's have some fun. I brought an old friend who you'll be happy to see. Who's important enough to be introduced by you in person? Or who's important enough to be introduced by you in person? Hey there, Royd. Rex? I didn't expect to see you here. Shun? Surprise! Surprise! I would never have guessed you'd bring him here. Shun, what are you doing here? I heard you moved away a long time ago. Hey, I can still hang out down here, can't I? I do own the place. I don't come often, though. I'm pretty busy most of the time, but I can still occasionally make time for an old friend. Should introduce me to this bar when I bumped into him on a recent assignment. And what can I say? It started to grow on me. We've lost touch ever since he left the team. I heard you went to Sky City. Were it not for my bloody family, I would have joined the Specials. I was one of the best, remember? Stop bragging about yourself. Everyone knows you bribed the trading officer. So how about you, Rex? Long time no see. Nothing too exciting is happening in my life. You know how it is. I have health problems, so I took some time off and stayed away from the limelight. Now I make a living by running my own detective agency. That's easy for you to say. I did everything I could to try and contact you. I heard you just disappeared after submitting your resignation letter. That was a crazy time. Tell me about it. We were discussing the award ceremony the day before, and the next thing I know, Rex was gone without saying a word. Well, let's not talk about that. Shun, I'm curious about your life in Sky City. Me? Well, you guys know that after the Sky City project was put on the agenda, Shorlikov started to promote it. Soon my family business was moved up there, and my extended family was called up to help out. The population is growing in Sky City, but the government rarely guarantees permanent residence. Apart from the researchers who test the data, most of the selected population are social elite types. You know how crazy they are about manners and etiquette. It's pretty frustrating. Is it true that there are very few robots in Sky City? Yeah, most of the robots are dumb working units. There was a group of intelligent robots recruited during the construction, but they were all driven out later. Let's change the topic. Want to hear something crazy? Rex is the one who called in my crime scene today. Can you believe that? Royd starts to explain the Mrs. Perry case, giving himself all of the credit, naturally. I'm drinking too quickly. I need to go to the bathroom. It looks like you're in trouble. You better hurry. Well, if it isn't the famous detective. Why are you here? Are you selling information again? Well, you know that the times are tough right now. Since you're here, have you got anything interesting for me? I've always got something interesting. It just might not be interesting to you. Actually, now that you mention it, I do have something related to that incident that happened 10 years ago. You might be interested in that. It isn't anything important, and I'm not even sure if it's true. Let's treat it like a rumor. What do you want in return? Let's play a game of cards. I'll tell you if you win. Play a game of cards with Mr. Know-It-All? Let's do it. All I need to do is beat you in a game of cards? You must really want to give me this information. Oof. Ah. Damn. Ah. Damn it. There we go. Damn it. All right. Sounds fair. The Underground has had some rather active robots lately. Rumor has it that they're looking for the key to how the revolutionists managed to bypass the source code 10 years ago. Excuse me, sir. My name is Brayden, and I couldn't help eavesdropping just now. Could I have a moment of your time? What is it? Thanks. I don't know what to do anymore. Actually, my friend has been missing for several days. I called the police, but because the call was automated, and because I live in Underbridge District, I don't think anyone paid much attention to me. Underbridge District. That's gang territory. No wonder the police didn't want to get involved. You're that famous detective, right? I'm sure you can find her. I'll pay you. You know what? Let me give you my contact information first. Send me the details of the missing person, and I'll take a look. Okay. I'll message you right away. Thank you so much. Don't thank me yet. I haven't promised anything. Oh, that was... Hold on. Oh, I see. It skipped straight to coming out of there. This is the staff area of the bar. Why would I serve myself when the waiter is doing such a good job already? What are you doing over there? Come have another drink. What took you so long? I was held back. Hey, it's all on me tonight. Drink as much as you like. I like the sound of that. Ha! Are you sure you've got enough booze in this joint? You know Rex is an alcoholic, right? No one goes home sober tonight. Chapter 2. The guide is gone. This seems like a good place to call it for today. You know, once we reach the end of this. My head hurts so bad. Shouldn't have drunk so much last night. How did I even get back home? Hey, BBX, bring me my sobering medicine. Oh, right, that mobile junk heap is out of commission. I guess I'll have to get it myself. There should be some in the cooler nearby. Okay, yeah. Beginning of Chapter 2 is a good place to call it for today, I think. So, thanks for watching. I will be back, should be back tomorrow night, assuming my sleep schedule isn't completely, doesn't remain entirely out of whack. I'm at the point right now where I'm starting to get tired enough that brain is just slow down. And words are not happening so great. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow night, Throne of Games, 9 p.m. Eastern. If I'm awake for it. I should be, but, you know, we'll see. We'll be continuing 2 Point Hospital. Now, who's around for me to raid? Eh. Nobody really, so I'll just sign off then. Go tune into Radio PSI later. There'll probably be something on there tonight, probably DJ Mon. And I do hope to see you next time. Later, everybody.